Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I don't have a bingo. And I have a lot of vowels. I can sort that out by playing EAU for 6 points. But is that better than changing? I don't think it is, so I'm going to change. And I'll keep seat, which is a pretty good 4-letter set. I have a taxis, so that's worked out quite nicely. I'm just wondering if a taxis has an anagram. It's not coming to mind, but hopefully my bingo will play, and I can't think of any 8s with this set. Well, there would be eutaxias through a U. Probably there could be some other 8-letter bingos, but I can't think of any other 7s. I must be confusing ataxis with a similar word which does have an anagram. Right, ataxis does play. It plays in row G above the T. Can't see any other... it plays... no it doesn't. Okay, so it plays starting here. But do I have anything better? So I do have some floaters to consider for 8. Can't see anything with the L. No. Okay, so let me get this down. Ataxis for 74, and that does also play underneath ligated, but I think it's better above. And that is pretty horrendous. F and V are dreadful together. B makes it worse. The Z's good, but not with only one vowel. However, I think I am going to be able to play through this. For example, a play of vibes would certainly be better than changing. I have to split up the F and the V, or play both of them, so I could play 5s. Only 22 points, but I have to sort the rack out. There's no point in holding on to the S with as part of a wretched rack leave. And I think sorting the rack out, meaning dealing with B, F and V, takes priority over playing the Z. However, if there's a 50 or 60 point play, I certainly will consider it. Now, my opponent's taken my 5s spot. Not provided anything new. Now, I can play fets across here. For 46 points, which is a big score, it is splitting up V and F. It's not doing as much as I hoped it would do in terms of the rack leave. But when you're talking about scores getting towards the 50 mark, then it starts to excuse almost any 3-letter rack leave. Now, can I do better than this? Well, certainly nothing other than the F can go underneath this I. And any other play is going to be vertically through a floater because I've got no decent words on my own rack, so I'm going with this. And the rack gets worse, but that's okay, because once a rack has deteriorated to a certain degree, it's just a case of changing. And I think that point has probably been reached with this rack, given the dearth of available vowels. Ataxis takes nothing in front of it. So, what to keep? The H is quite a useful tile, especially with the triple letter square under the C. And the Z's pretty useful. So I think it's a case of keeping ZH, one of those or none of them. Now, what about a play not changing, but actually playing in row F through the I that my opponent's provided? My F can go here. So I may be able to play through this because I can play... why isn't this working? Okay, I don't have an F, that's why I can't play through there. My H and my B can play there. Okay, so I don't have anything in that spot. Well, I've just thought of something else. I can play G's here for 30 points, and I think that's better than changing. Yeah, I think I will play this. It interrupts my opponent utilizing this triple letter square as well. I draw a vowel, which is good. Should help me carry on playing, and I've retained the H for going underneath the C. So I could play hog or hob. So I should be able to work my way through this rack. And as long as you can score scores over 30, then it doesn't really matter that it takes more than one turn to sort out the rack. Obviously, if you can sort it out quicker, then that's better. But it's a bit of a drastic option changing because you score nothing. Great, this spot's remains available. I can't see a 6-letter play beginning CH. So I've got hob. And the G and the N have some synergy. The V's a disaster, but maybe I can deal with that next go. So that's 38 points, which is a pretty good score from such a crappy rack. And it doesn't provide too much for my opponent, so I'm going with this. I draw the second V. The rack's improved a little bit with... I've now got E and S. And I've got a 50-point lead. And the board's pretty tight. I think G's takes an E, and Lab takes an S. And there's the S of Fet. So there are lanes on this board, and row E ending above 8. So it's not a closed board, but there's not a lot of non-bingo-y opportunities. Now, what about me playing my E after G's? So I could play Veg for 32 points. That's attractive. Getting rid of 2 out of G, V and V. And retaining the S. What if that gets taken? What if it isn't a good word? I can't think of anything better which utilises that hook if it exists. If I were to change, I would retain ENS. And I may do that if my veg spot is taken. ST takes an E in front. Okay, my spot is taken. My opponent only gets 18 points. No, nothing new provided. So I am going to change. Wow, look at that. That is a nice rack. I have Ditones and Stonied, which play in row E and row K, and row L. So that is the perfect change, exactly what you want to happen when you change your tiles. Look at them, that grim group of 4 miseries, G, P, V and V. consigned to the oblivion of the bag where they belong. Now, apart from the obvious spots for my bingo, is there anywhere else? Well, column 8, 9 letter plays beginning with AT. Ah, my opponent bingos. A bit annoying. So he's now 40 points in the lead, so my bingo's only going to establish a slender lead for me when I wanted a big one, and he's opened up a nice spot in column 8 that he will have first access to. In which event, I think I will play Ditones here. So I have access to a triple word square as well. 76 points. And that's more than I would have got for Stony Eden Roquet. So this is the highest scoring option as well. Still one blank to come. I don't draw it. And this rack looks slightly similar to earlier ones, but this is much better because there is a fair bit of synergy going on here. I've got lucky on my rack, unlucky through a U, clunky. Not that any of these actually play, except it does. Look, column 12, lucky and phi. I'd like to get my C or my K on this double letter square. I don't think I can do that. Not quite enough squares for clunky. Yeah, 30 points for my opponent. So I can play lucky, keeping NS pretty good. I'm just pausing in case I've got a bingo. Maybe through the A. Can't see such a play. So my opponent drew one of the V's. That's good. Let me see what lucky scores. 38 points. That's a good score. And I'm already in the lead by 14, so this is going to put me 50 points in the lead. And the rack leave is good. Look at all these E's to come. One or two of those would be good. Wow, look at that. Fantastic. That is a beautiful rack. I am definitely bingoing with this. So I have pennies in row M. And I have perfenigs in row C. And probably others as well. Can't see anything through V and L. That would be pretty unlikely. V, L, N, N, P. Great. Now, what about a play? Do I have a double in row K? So it certainly can end ES. My N can't go in front of the I, so both N's would have to be in front, so that isn't going to work unless it ends in N. Pension doesn't work. Okay, so that's not working, so I can play pennies here. Let me redo that. Pennies. Now my opponent has lost contact or quit, which is a shame. So I will see if he returns. Okay, my opponent has not returned. The game has been adjudicated in my favour. I note that my opponent played a phony KE, which I didn't spot, which is slightly annoying. Let's just have a look at my opponent's publicly available information. Has signed the ISC Fair Play Agreement. Number of unfinished games high. Well, not finishing games doesn't seem to be fair play to me. Anyway, the final score, 280 to my opponent, 302 to me, a winning margin of 22 points. Let's see what I missed. Yep, know about that. So, my rack to start with. And this was the option, score 6 points or to change. And, well, it's difficult to know which is better. My opponent bingos with ligated, and wow, look at that. Saxatile was playable, B4 through the L. I didn't see that. Could have got 6 more points. Horrible rack for my opponent. He plays Chow. Now, I was thinking about changing, and instead I played Fets for 46, and I could have got 6 fewer points, but retained the S. However, I think Fets is better because 3 consonants is better than 4, and this is, row H is pretty hot. So I like my play. Opponent plays Fix. I have a horrible rack, but I played G's for 30. I could have got 6 more points for Hadge. Okay, Hadge probably better. My opponent's rack plays Ami. And do I play Hob? I do, and I still like that. Opponent plays Stare. And now this is where I change. Ooh, J12. Okay, so G's is good. I could have played Vane and G's for 28 points, keeping GPSV. Yep, probably should have done that. And possibly Pain as well, but look at that rack leave, horrendous. Anyway, I changed. Opponent's rack, he plays Onioned. I played Ditones. I could have got 4 more points by playing Technoids in column 2. Nice 9-letter play. Opponent plays Vague. And B6. Clanky through the A of Vague for 31. Well, Lucky's I think is better. It's a lot more points and it's a better rack leave. And this is where my opponent disappeared with 5 E's and HR. I guess he just didn't fancy his chances. And, well, no, he didn't disappear. He played HE. This was when he disappeared. And I was about to play pennies and didn't get a chance. M7 Pineens running underneath the bottom of Ditones for an extra 13 points. That would have been fun. And we don't get to see what my opponent's rack was when he left. So, not a full game, but that happens sometime. I will be no-playing my opponent, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time.